comparing a given number with 100 is called percentage. So if I say 20% is there, for example, 20 is a number you are comparing with what? 100. In the same way, X percentage is there. X is a number you are comparing with what? 100. So comparing a given number with 100 is called a percentage. And we have discussed the important rule what you need to do in percentages. Wordy information. You'll be having wordy information. You need to translate. Into equation form. So let us suppose you have X percentage of Y. So how you are going to translate X percentage of Y? X by 100 into Y. You all know that X percentage of Y will be equals to Y percentage of X. Both of them will give you what? XY by 100. So apart from that, X percentage more than Y. So you are going to have X percentage more than Y. So X percentage more than Y means what you need to do. So out of 100 by 100, some X is more. So you need to increment the numerator on what? Y. X percentage less than Y. X percentage less than Y. So what do you need to do? Out of 100 and 100. So X percentage less means numerator will be decreased by X into what? On what? Y. So is this definition and the statements are clear, students, all of them? So is this slide is clear? Tell me each and everyone. Okay, I got many responses. What are the topics you practiced, which is very good? Okay. So what we discussed here is comparing a given number with 100 is called percentage. So 20% means how we can translate 20 by 100. X percentage means how we can translate X by 100. So what we are going to do, the major part is in percentage questions, wordy information will be there. You need to translate into equation form. Like you can encounter the statements like X percentage of Y, which can be translated as what? X by 100 into Y. So X percentage of Y or Y percentage of X, both of them will give the same result, which is XY by 100. And some other statements like X percentage more than Y will be there, or X percentage less than Y will be there. So based upon the keyword, the answer will be changes like X percentage more. So the numerator 100 will be added with X because of what? More. X percentage less. So because of the word less, 100 in the numerator subtracted by X. So percentage means you are going to compare with what? 100 on the denominator. You are taking this on what? Y. You are taking this on Y. So that's why you are going to multiply with the Y. So I think these statements are clear for all of them. Then we'll move on to next. Before going to that, what we have, X is what percentage of Y. X is what percentage of Y. So what you will do? X, you are comparing with what? Y. X you are comparing with Y. In terms of percentage means what? Multiplied with 100. X is what percentage of Y means how we are going to translate X divided by Y into 100. So apart from this, if the effect is moving from smaller number to greater number, effect will be called increment. So percentage increment can also be called as percentage increment or percentage more. Both of them are same. So smaller to greater, the effect will be called increment. The formula will be difference between the greater number minus smaller number on the numerator. The denominator will be starting number. For increment case, increment always starts with what? Smaller number. So smaller number on the denominator. Percentage means you have to multiply with 100. In the same way, moving from greater number to smaller number. moving from greater number to smaller number will be called effect decrement. So percentage decrement can also be called as what? Percentage less. So that will be equals to, again, greater number minus smaller number. So that will be difference. And this decrement word is starting with what? Moving from greater number to smaller number. Because of that, the starting number is greater number. So the denominator will be what? Greater number into 100. So this is about percentage increment and percentage decrement. So can I see, is these concepts are clear? The slide is clear, students? Raise your hands, comment in the comment section. Each and everyone has to participate actively in the chat box. Then only I can know. So Nimisha, change your login name, rule number followed by your name. Hemant Kumar, change your login name into rule number followed by your name. Right. So we are moving to the question, students. So here, see, the first question is, I'm going to recap the ratio proportion concept. So here, direct proportion concept is there. So can you able to do this question? I'm going to give 1 minute of time. So why? Because we have discussed in ratio proportion what is direct proportion, right? So direct proportion means what? Whenever the two quantities are direct proportion, their ratio will be maintained what? Constant. The ratio will be maintained constant. So students, are you doing? I need answer from your end. Whenever you got the answer, quickly type it in the chat box. So students, I'm waiting for your answer. Okay, can I get answers in the chat box? Okay, so cost of a diamond varies directly as a square of its weight. So cost of a diamond, let us suppose C, weight denoted with W, so square is there, right? And directly varies. So cost C directly varies means directly proportional with square of weight. Square of weight means what? W square. So what we can understand here is C is equals to K times of W square. C is equals to K times of W square. Now what we have here, once this diamond broke it into 4 pieces with weights in the ratio of 1:2:3:4. So total how many parts are there? 10 parts are there, right? So total 10 parts are there. So we can write it as 10x. This 10x is dividing into what? X, 2x, 4 pieces, 3x and 4x. So this 10x is the whole diamond, 10x part diamond is broken into what? X, 2x, 3x, 4x, 4 pieces. Now, when the pieces were sold, the merchant got 70,000 less. So 70,000 less means what I can say, original diamond minus broken pieces right? So broken pieces, diamond difference, broken diamond difference is equals to what? 70,000. Is equals to 70,000, right? So equals to 70,000. Now original diamond, how many parts are there? Weight, total weight is what? 10x. But we know that the cost of the original diamond will be what? K times of W square. So K will be constant K. Now in the place of W, what I can replace? Original diamond, the total weight is what? 10x. So 10x whole square minus. So first piece weight is what? X. So multiplied K, cost of a diamond is equals to K into first piece weight X. So that means K into X square minus second piece K into 2x whole square minus K into 3x whole square minus K into 4x whole square. That is equals to 70,000. Now if I take K common and x square common, why? Because we understood that x square is there. So what we have, 10 square will be what? 100, and 1 will be 1, 4, 9 and 60. So we know that 16 and 9, that 69 will be, sum will be 25, 29 and 30. So the difference is 30. So that means K into x square, 100 minus 30, that will be equals to 70, is equals to 70,000. So 71s are 71s are. So what we got, Kx square is equals to 1000. Now what is saying? Original price of the diamond. Original price of diamond. Original price of the diamond means before broken. So before broken, the weight is what? 10x. So cost will be what? C is equals to K times of 10x whole square. So that will be Kx square times of 10 whole square will be what? 100. Now we know that Kx square value is 1000. So replace. So 1000 into 100. So 1000 into 100 is nothing but what? 1 lakh. So that means original diamond cost is 1 lakh. Original diamond cost is 1 lakh. So students, is it clear, everyone? So what about this question, students? Is it clear? Respond in the chat box. Clear? Okay. So shall we move to the next question, students? So now obviously change your name, login name to rule number followed by your name. Yes. Okay, so this is the question, very good question on direct proportion concept involving with what? Ratio proportion. So what we'll do, we'll move to the question on percentages. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read the question, understand carefully. I'm going to give 1 minute time to start solving. A batch of students wants to gift a projector worth rupees 4,200. So students want to gift a projector worth 4,200 to their school. If the teachers offer to pay 50% more than the students, and an external benefactor gives 3 times the teacher's contribution, then how much should the teachers donate? So here the projector contribution 4,200 is done by initially what I can say students, but the 4,200 now the contribution is taking from students and teachers as well as what? External benefactor. So that means these 3 people together contributing for the gifting of a projector, then what is the amount the teacher has to donate? So your time starts now. Yes, students. Okay, so I got many answers. Now see, here the 4,200 projector. So projector cost is what? 4,200. So projector, right? How many of them? How many of them are contributing? So contribution is done by teachers, students, and external benefactor. Now, teachers' contribution is depending upon the students. Let us suppose students are contributing what, some X rupees. Then teachers has to pay what, 50% more than 50% more than students' contribution. Means 1.5 times of X, which is nothing but 50% more than students' contribution. Now, if teachers' contribution is 1.5x, now the external benefactor is contributing how much? 3 times. So 1.5x into 3 times. So that will be 4.5x. Altogether, gifting a projector worth 4,200. Now, if you add this 1.5x plus x will be 2.5x plus 4.5x, that will become 7x. 7x will be equals to 4,200. Now 7 ones are 7 6 are, so that means x value will become equals to 600. That means students contribution has to be 600. Then teacher contribution is 1.5 times of x, 1.5 times of 600, which is equals to 900. So the teacher's contribution has to be 900. So is everyone is clear with this question, students? Respond in the chat box. So those who have given 700 as the answer, now are they clear that the answer is 900, not 700? Yes. So students, any doubts, or should I move to the next slide? Respond quickly, students. Here I can see 171 participants. So good number of responses. I need to see it in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Right. So what we will do, we'll move to the next question. Next question says, if food prices go up by 25%, how much should a person reduce his consumption so as not to increase his expenditure? Here food means, suppose sugar price per kg is go up by what, 25%. Then what should be your consumption should be reduced by how much in order to not increase expenditure? So your expenditure will be based upon the two factors: food price per kg into number of kgs consumption. So if your total expenditure will be what, food price per kg into number of kgs consumption. So this is the initial expenditure. Now, what is your initial expenditure? Food price per kg. But is food price given or not given? What is the price per kg of food which is not mentioned? Then you can go with what? Good numbers like 100. If the question is involved with percentages and unknowns are there, you can go with what? 100. So 100 into. And number of kgs consumed. How many kgs you consumed? You don't know. Let us suppose 100 kgs consumed. 100 kgs you are consuming, and each kg worth is what? 100 rupees. That means your total expenditure initial will become 100 into 100 is nothing but 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. Your expenditure is 10,000 rupees initial. Now, not to increase this expenditure means your final expenditure is equals to 10,000 as your initial expenditure. Why? Because because of the price increased per kg, you're reducing your consumption not to increase the expenditure. So that's why final expenditure will be equals to 10,000 as same as initial expenditure. Now, final expenditure is based upon what? Your final expenditure is food price per kg. Now, initially food price per kg is 100. Now the food price per price go up by 25%. That means on 100, 25% more. Means it will become 125. How much consumption you are doing right now? We don't know. Let us suppose C consumption you are doing. C kgs consumption. The expenditure has to meet what? 10,000. So C will be equals to 1,000 into 10 by 125. 125 ones are 125 eights are. So that means now your consumption is equals to 80 kgs. So what is your initial consumption? Your initial consumption is 100 kgs. So that means 100 kgs is the initial consumption. So because of the price increased by 25% per kg, your consumption is reached to what? 80 kg. That indicates that 20% decrement in the consumption. So 20% decrease in the consumption. Is everyone is clear with this question? Students, tell me. The answer is 20%. 5E1, very good. 509, very good. 5N4, very good. Nitin, yes. So if the normal procedure is clear, you can do this question with formula also. How to do this question with formula? Whenever the question is starting with what? Food price go up by 25%. Up means what? Here increment, right? So the consumption to be reduced. Now reduced in consumption. So the formula will be, here I am writing, consumption reduced should be equals to x by 100 plus x into 100. So what is this x? This x is nothing but the food price increased by how much percentage? 25%. So that means the x value will be 25. 100 plus 25 will be 125 multiplied by with 100. So 25 ones are 25 5s are. So 100 by 5 is nothing but 20% decrement. So consumption, how much consumption you are reducing? 20% of the consumption you are reducing in order to meet the same expenditure, in order to not increase the same expenditure. So the formula method is clear, students. So quickly respond it in the chat box. Is formula method is clear? Yes. Yes. So can I move to next slide, students? Can I move to next slide? Yes. Now here the second question is exactly opposite. In the previous question, food price is increased by 25%. Now here, if the price of kerosene is reduced by 20%, that means per liter, the kerosene price is reduced by 20%. then how much percentage householder must raise his consumption? Here kerosene price is reduced, so you need to raise your consumption to meet the same expenditure. To meet the same expenditure. Your time starts now, 1 minute time. Students, what is the answer? Yes, I got answers, right? Very good. So most of them gave 25% as the answer. Now we'll see with the original procedure. Price of kerosene be reduced by 20%. Your expenditure is equals to price of kerosene per liter into number of liters consumed. Now price price of kerosene per liter not given. Let us suppose 100 and 100 liters of kerosene consumed. Then your initial expenditure will become equals to 10,000. Now what is saying last statement does not increase his expenditure, means final expenditure will be same as initial expenditure. So what is the initial expenditure? 10,000. That means the final expenditure also will become what? 10,000. Now your final expenditure is constantly based upon what factors? Price of kerosene per liter. Now what happened? It is reduced from 100 on 100, 20% is reduced. So that means on 100, 20% is reduced means it will become 80. Now how many liters you consume now? We don't know. Let us suppose C liters you consume right now. So C will become equals to 10,000 by 80. So 0 cancel. 10,000 by 8 will become 125. So now what is your initial consumption? 100 liters. Now what is your final consumption? 125 liters. That means clearly indicates that 25% increment. 25% increment. Now if you go with the formula method, so consumption raised will be equals to x by 100 minus x multiplied with 100. So what is the x value? 20%. The price dropped by 20%. That means x value will be 20. 100 minus 20 will become 80, followed by 100 multiplication. Ones are fours are. 100 by 4 will become what? 25%. So consumption, how much you need to increase? 25% consumption you need to increase in order to meet the same expenditure. So the